Hello, my name is Oksana and I am a qualified English teacher. Today we're gonna learn about present simple, or in older version, present indefinite tense. So let's look at the verbs and the way we change them in present simple. In English language, we need to add s or es, which is the same suffix, to the verbs in third person singular. So let's look now to what does it mean, third person singular. For instance, the word singular means one. I always say to my students, it just means one thing, object, or one person. And let's look here at the verb plural. It means many. So it means two, three, or more things or objects or people. Now, let's look at this. First person. What does it mean? First person refers to I or we when you talk about yourselves. Second person means you in singular and you in plural. You has no difference. It stays the same. So it is easy to remember. Second person is you when you talk about someone else. And third person. So what is our third person? It means he, which is also one person. She, which is also one person. Or it. It is a neutral gender and refers to an object usually. In plural, third person is they. When you talk about some people. In plural, you call them they. When there are many he and many she or many it. Okay, so let's look now at the suffix s or es. It means the same, but we'll talk about this later, why we change, why we have s or es. Let's look at this simple verb, play. Play adds s at the end, only in third person singular. And look at the other persons and plurality. We have no s, so no s, no s, no s, no s, no s. All right. So this is easy to remember that only when you talk about he, she, or it, you have to be careful with the verb, whether it has s or es, but it definitely will have one of those. So when you talk or tell a story, you have to be very, very careful with this suffix. But you can relax when you talk about other people and use other pronouns. I forgot to tell you that I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they are pronouns, and we call them pronouns. Let's put it here. Pronouns. So you can go and translate this word for yourself. Pronouns, right? When the verb ends in s, double S, SH, or CH, or X. In third person singular, the verbs take suffix es instead of one s, because if we add another s to double s or one s, it will look not good, and we couldn't be able we couldn't be able to pronounce we wouldn't be able to say triple s if we add just one third s here. So if you try to pronounce this with s, crashes, no good, or dress if we assert s, dress, not good, etc. So that's why we need e in the middle. When we add es, now our language becomes very beautiful. And we say crashes here. Here the pronouns of the third person singular. Pronouns are he, she, it. And we need to add es after sh ending. We get crashes. I give you time to pronounce it. Test yourself. Say crashes. Crashes. Dress. We add es. And we get he, she, it, dresses. We use it here for practice. It's neutral gender. Dresses. Mix. We need to add es in third person singular, and we get he, she, it, mixes. Match. We need to add es, and we get matches. Now try to pronounce all four words with ending es. Right, hope you got it. Instead of saying s, we say is. In this suffix, we pronounce it as is. Crashes, dresses, mixes, matches. All right, now you know when we actually add es, but not only after these consonants. We add es after some other letters of the alphabet. So let's clear everything and let's look here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so verbs ending in o also add es in third person singular, which is he, she, it. Now you tell me, what does it mean third person singular? What pronouns you learned today? Right, it's he, she, it. So now you know that third person singular in present simple and always means he, she, it. Now let's look at the most popular verbs. Go. To go, to shows the base form of the verb, which has no changes. To with verb shows infinitive. Infinitive means a dictionary form of the verb, or which I call it the base form of the verb. But when we go to present simple, to any tense, not only present simple, any tense, past simple or future simple, perfect aspect, we need to remove, to get rid of to, because we will already put this verb into a sentence and there will be no to, okay, before the main verb. For example, we have verb go. In third person singular, we add es and we get he, she, it goes. You can also see there is no to. You can also look at this table we did before, and it had the same rule. There is no to in sentence. When we already put the verb into the tense and we changed the suffix, it means that this is already a sentence and the verb has been conjugated or changed according to the rule of the tense. And there is no to. Let's look at the verb to do. To do. When we put it into present simple, third person singular, we get does. He does. She does. It does. So these were the rules how we change the verbs to es and in which cases. All right. So there is another some more rules about the changes of this. If you are tired, you can pause this video, go and have a coffee, and then come back. And I'm gonna clear everything here and I'm gonna look at this just in a moment. Again, we add es after the consonant y. Oh, sorry, consonant, yes. Consonant, in some cases, it is vowel. Y can be a consonant or a vowel too. So when the verb ends in y, we remove y and change it to IES. So what happens here? Let's look at the example. Let's look at this table. Where's my highlighter? Singular, first person, I. I study. Study. We don't change it in first person, right? So there is Y. The verb ends in Y. So let's look what we have before Y. We have consonant D. D is a consonant. And if the verb has a consonant before Y, Y becomes IES. So there will be no Y anymore. When? Only here, only in third person singular. So voila, now you know that present simple has changes only in third person singular. And you can relax with the rest of the pronouns. Plural form doesn't have any changes. You, second person, doesn't have any changes. I doesn't have any changes. Very important is only third person singular. He, she, it. So now we have studies. Do you see the changes? There is no Y. We removed Y. Or Y magically has become I-E-S. And we say he studies. She studies at the university. It studies. Just for practice, we use it as well to practice the grammar. Now look at these examples here. To try, infinitive. Let's put this. Do you know why infinitive? Because to means infinitive. What is infinitive? It is a dictionary form of the verb, or basic base form of the verb. Let's put infinitive to try into a sentence and change it according to the rules of the present simple. He tries. So we remove Y and we get IES. She tries, it tries. To fly. He flies, she flies, it flies. To carry. He carries, she carries, it carries. Now, do you have questions with these ones? If you do, please listen this again. But I know what question you may ask me. Why in some words like to play, we didn't change Y to ES and we just put us? What happened? You'll be surprised. The answer is what comes before Y. And here we have a vowel, not consonant. How many vowels do you know in English? There are 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. We are the vowels. All right. So now you know that if there is a vowel before Y, we don't add ES. We just put S. And Y stays Y. It doesn't become I. Hope this solved your problem in English language. Look at other examples. Employ. Look what comes before Y. It's O. O is a vowel or consonant. It's a vowel, right? Yes. That's why we leave Y and we just add S. Same with play. Somehow S here is not red, but it has to be red too. Play. A is a vowel, that's why we leave everything the way it is and just add S in third person singular. So the questions of present simple is, when do we add S or ES? Think, give me the answer. Yes, right, in third person singular. Now, when do we add ES? Think. Hope you know the answer from this lesson. Now, when do we add IES? And what is the difference between the words study and play? Why there is a different suffix at the end of the word? Hope you can easily answer these questions. That's a little test from me to you. Now, let's look at how we create questions in English language present simple tense. If you are tired of this, just hit pause. Go have a coffee and then move on with me. Okay, so questions are here. We have questions here. Same table, same plural and singular. You can see that plural and singular. You will learn this from today's lesson with me. I love this, singular and plural. All right, so let's look. First person, I. Second person, you. And third person, he, she, it. Do you see any difference here? Yes, of course, there is some. So if I look at the questions in English language, we need to use auxiliary verb do. Do is here. Do creates question. It doesn't mean anything in the sentence because your main verb is here. Second verb or main verb, which contains meaning, is here. So this is your verb play. Do doesn't mean anything. It just helps create a question, make a question. So first person, do I fly? Second person, do you fly? What happened here? Oh, we have does. Yes, do, remember, becomes does in third person singular. And once it takes the suffix "e" to itself, the main verb doesn't take any suffix. So there is no suffix at the end of the main verb because do took a suffix es of the third person singular in present simple. We say, does he play? We don't say, does he plays? You see, I don't have second S or ES. Nope, only one S, one change to the verb. And this verb that helps us to create a question, do, helps to create a tense also. So does he play? Does she play? Does it play? It, animal, pet, dog or cat, something. Does it play? No F. This is your rule of present simple in making questions. When you look at the plural, you see no changes, so it is very simple to create a sentence, to make a sentence. Do we play? Do you play? Do they play? The answer will be yes, they do. Yes, you do. Yes, I do. Yes, we do. Yes, he does. What happens here? Same verb, marks present simple, and the question is the same. So let's use here only positive answers. So here it will be yes, I do. When you answer a short question in English, you don't say yes, I play, right? So yes, I play. Let's put it here. Yes, I do. Right? So when we answer, we don't use this main verb. We don't say yes, I play. We use auxiliary or helping verb do, does. So this is another rule in creating present simple tense in English language. When they ask you, do you play? Well, do you play? It's a question to you, and you answer with in first person. You say yes, I do. It's the same. Yes, I do. Do you play? Yes, we do. Right? Can be another answer. Yes, we do. If the question is plural. Let's look at the third person here. Do they play is also very, very simple and plural. Yes, they do. They do. The auxiliary verb comes after the pronoun, the subject. All right, so let's look here at the thus. So when we answer in positive, in third person, we answer same way. We use the auxiliary verb, which is does here. So does he play? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Does she play? Yes, she does. Does it play? Yes, it does. So let's make a sentence. Let's talk about she. Let's use pronoun she in a sentence. She dances. Remember, we have to add s in third person singular. Let's say she dances. Now make a question to this sentence. Right. Hope you get. Does she dance? And the positive answer will be yes, she does. Yes, short answer. These are the short answers. Yes, she does. Not do, does. Yes, he does. Yes, she does. Alrighty, so hope you don't have any questions with making questions. You don't have questions with making questions in English language. I would ask you if I can clear all of this, but of course you can pause this video, again, take some notes, go and drink some coffee, eat chocolates, and then come back. So I clear all the drawings here, and let's move on to a negative sentences in English language, how we make negative sentences in English language. I think this will be the final grammar rule for you for today in this lesson of present simple. And then we will go to the test. I will ask you a couple of questions in a test. And you will check your knowledge, how you learned this lesson. So, right, how we make negative sentences. Negative, which means no, when we deny something. Yes, we say no, not, no, 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 no. Okay. So again, we have singular and plural, we have the same pronouns, and we have the same rule of third person singular. So we also use the help of the auxiliary verb do plus the particle not. And we say do not. It's not simple no, but it is not. Not is a negative particle in a sentence. The short way of this is don't. Hmm? Don't. I do not play. I do not play. When we shorten, we say I don't. I don't play. I don't play. Right? No, I don't play. When we say you, second person, we use the same structure. We use the help of do plus not. We say, you do not play. In simple words, you don't play. Now again, we have trouble with the third person singular, right? Because it takes changes. And look again here, look at the verb auxiliary or helping verb does, do, which is do, infinitive. It takes the tense suffix, present simple tense suffix, es. And that's it. Only once we changed the verb. No more. There is no s here. We don't add second s to play. And we say he does not play. We don't say he does not plays. She does not plays. Incorrect. We say he does not play. She does not play. It, a puppy for example, it does not play. I clear this and I put here the short form is doesn't. The short form is doesn't. You see that OES remains, and we add to the verb N, like not, we just shorten O here. It becomes one word. We say doesn't. Practice to say it. You can also practice to say don't if you never did it before. Okay. In plural form, there are no changes on the negative form. So we say, we do not play, we don't play, you do not play, you don't play, they do not play, they don't play. All right, so now I need to tell you what does it mean this present simple. Present simple, when it used actually, present simple is used to express general duties, activities, which people do regularly, like every day. For example, I go to school or I go to work. I go there every day, or every week, or every month. I need to use here present simple. So it shows how often How often? I put here to help you these marker adverbs. They help you in any test. They will help you definitely to recognize present simple from different tenses and to put the verbs into correct form. So let's learn often, usually, sometimes, seldom, always, never, every day, every week, every month, every year. He always arrives late. Here I use present simple. She often forgets her lunch. She does it often. That's why I use present simple here. I go to school. It is a very simple sentence, and it means that I go to school there very, very often, again, often. So it shows you how regular, how frequent, how often you do something. We work. I use present simple because it means every day. I work always, every day, every week, or sometimes, or maybe usually. But we work, I work, you work. Present simple, no S in this sentence with we. Number two, that was number one. Number two, present simple is used to express well-known things. Something like the earth goes around the sun. Number three, to express repeated activities. Repeated activities, something like we get up at 7 o'clock, do our morning exercises, wash, have our breakfast, and go to the institute. All of these things are repeated activities, and we use present simple to express our ideas. Number four, to express an action to be taken in the future. It's like to start, to go with the verbs, used with verbs to start, to go, to leave, to arrive, and to fly, especially with transport. With transport, to show the action in the near future, we use not the future tense, but present simple tense. This is also very common in English language and very important. The train arrives, arrives. Not will arrive, but arrives, because it happens in a very near future. We use present simple. Our grandmother leaves tomorrow. Not will leave, but leaves tomorrow. My sister flies home in 2 days. It happens in near future, so we use present simple, and we say flies. My sister flies home in 2 days. Alright, now you can pause this video again, go and have coffee, and I will stop sharing this, and I will go to share my test paper for you. Let's look here. So I'm gonna use my highlighters here, and maybe some typing as well to show you some answers. Just one. Okay, let's look at the affirmative sentences in simple present simple tense. Put verbs into present simple. Okay, number one. Let's look only at number one. She, verb in infinitive, to learn English. I give you 1 minute to think about this sentence. Maybe you or some of you already know the answer. Maybe you're right. Correct. So let's check it. We always remove, when we open the brackets, we always remove to. The particle to, which means infinitive. We take the verb out the brackets and we need to change it, right? So what do we get? We actually get and S or ES. Some of you may already know the answer, but I will help you with just S. So the answer is she learns English. She learns English. Hope you were right with your answer. Let's look at number 2. I do like music. What happens here? 1 minute for you. Or you can pause, take your time, check yourself, challenge yourself. Well, same thing happens. First, we remove to. Take out like of the brackets. So what person is I? First, second, or third? It's first person. So nothing happens really here. Really boring. They stay the same, right? Yeah, right. It's just, it's just I like music. No changes. Okay, so my favorite is number 3. I really like this sentence. This is very challenging. Now you test yourself. My brother to be a schoolboy. Let's look only at this sentence. I put your attention to the subject, my brother. Who is my brother? I, you, we, they, he, she, or it? Think a bit. Now tell me. Of course, it is he. I will just type it here for you. So it is he. While I type, it takes some time. Okay, here. Yeah. Okay. So now we know that my brother is, if we change it to a pronoun, we have he, right? My mother, if we change it to a pronoun, we have, yes, of course, she. My cat, without knowing the gender of the animal, if we change it to a pronoun, we get it, right? Students, if we change this subject to a pronoun, what do we get here? We get, right, they. Okay, so my brother is he. Now we know how to change be. Now you get to be here. How do we change this verb actually? That's interesting, right? Yeah, we didn't learn the verb to be yet. So I'm gonna help you here. We change to be to is. And it will be is in third person singular, because verb to be also has many different forms. So he, my brother, correct answer is my brother is a schoolboy. Now let's look at the verb go. What happens here? He again, third person singular. Let's look at the grammar. First, what do? We remove to and we add right, es. So here Oh, we say, my brother, he goes. Oh, he goes. Oh, he goes to school. Okay, hope this makes sense. Of course, you can pause and do the rest of this exercise. However, I'm gonna clear these drawings and show you some. And actually, I'm gonna end this lesson because there were too many knowledge today, so much information. So, hope you like this video. Hope you found something interesting for yourself and learned something new. So thank you very much. See you next time.